Good afternoon.
Hey,
How are you?
good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for being open to this.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, kind of just like my interview with Kevin, I can just, it's not like, it'll just be a more casual thing. And like, you can ask me two things if you want to.
Okay.
So just start off, have you, you're originally from Rhode Island too?
Um, so not Rhode Island, I'm from Massachusetts. I grew up in a really small town on the south coast of Massachusetts. We're like 20, 30 minutes away from Rhode Island, but then I moved to Fall River, which is probably like 15 minutes away. So I just say Rhode Island, but Massachusetts is where I was born.
Hmm. Do you have a more of a like a special coming out story, or is it kind of general?
Um, I was, I think junior year of high school, I came out. I was seeing a guy secretly, and he kind of, I wouldn't say forced me, but he really pressured me to come out. I don't think I was ready. Um, so I did one day. I was just coming back from the movies with him. Actually, my mom was bringing me home, and it was just us two in the car. And I started crying, and I was like, "Hey, I think I'm bi." And she was like, "Oh my God, are you sure? Like, how do you know? How do you know? Don't tell your dad. Don't tell your dad." My dad is kind of he's more conservative. I'll just say that. Um so it was a little rough. Um, once he found out, I heard the whole like Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve thing. Um, they made me hide it from my sister for a little bit, and then she found out. And a couple years later, she ended up coming out.
Oh,
She's a lesbian. So two for two. Both of their children are gay. They didn't really have a choice. They kind of adapted, I would say, and they're actually really amazing now, fully supportive, um, which is kind of shocking because growing up, my dad was never really supportive of that kind of lifestyle, but he is 100% supportive now. He's made really like a complete 360 in his thinking. So yeah, coming out story kind of rough at first, but now my family's really supportive. Obviously I have my partner Kevin, who they love. Um, yeah, I'm lucky, I would say, because some people are not as lucky as me when it comes to that.
mhm. When would you say that you started, I don't know, like coming into your sexuality more, like becoming confident with it?
I think it was like in middle school when I knew like something's different. I wasn't really looking at girls. I was looking more at the guys, and I was like, I don't really know what this is. Um, and then in high school, I never had a girlfriend ever. Um, I started talking to this guy. It was like end of sophomore year, going into junior year, and we would like skip class and hang out. And that's when I realized, obviously, I was into men. Um, and then I came out, and that's kind of it.
Are you very involved with like the whatever the club or drag scene is over there, if there is much?
Honestly, no. I don't go out. I don't really have many friends. I kind of am a homebody. Um, my partner Kevin is very much involved in all of that. I just find sometimes my social battery is not, I don't know. I could be because there is definitely that scene here, and that community that I could find, but I've never really felt that I needed to.
Are you more introverted then? It's probably obvious to ask, but
Yeah. Like I feel like in on my social media, I could come off as extroverted, but in real
right.
life, I am so I will run and hide. If I see someone I know in the grocery store, I'm very introverted. Um, Probably a little bit too much, but yeah.
Was gonna bring that up next too, but when you did start getting more traction on Instagram, was that just from the kind of pictures you were posting?
Yeah. So it was actually it was probably like 2015 is when I kind of really started like getting into the plus size fashion. And I started posting pictures. I got invited to an event with Nordstrom Rack, and that was kind of when my followers really started blowing up. Obviously, a lot of my followers like me because I'm hairy and fat. Um, so I would notice like, oh, I post a shirtless picture, it gets 2,000 likes. So I just kept doing it, and I ended up with like around 12,000 followers. Which on the flip side, now that I'm like kind of finding what I really like, which is the food content. It's like I post a recipe or something and it gets 30 likes, whereas I post like a picture of me shirtless and it gets 1,000 plus. So, and I know it's not about the numbers, but I wish all along I was doing it more for my enjoyment, not what other people like to see. Like if I had posted me cooking this whole time, I feel like I feel like I would have gotten more out of it. But I'm starting to realize now that is really what I like to do, um, and what I enjoy. But yeah,
I'm sure that from what you were just talking about though, and or any time that you do post pictures, that like getting that kind of attention has to feel good to a degree though.
yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I don't want to sound like I wouldn't, what's the word, conceited, but I mean, it always feels good when someone compliments you or, says you look good. It can kind of get overwhelming sometimes, but I would rather, sorry, Kevin is behind the computer. I would rather someone, interact with like one of my food posts and we have a conversation about that over like talking about my hairy chest. But,
Mhm.
you know,
When did your passion for like baking and cooking and all that start?
I think I've always like I remember being like 6 or 7 and me and my dad would like use Emeril Lagasse, who's a chef. He actually is from our area. We had his cookbook and we would like go through it and just spend a Sunday making one of his recipes. And um, I don't know, I've always been very obsessed, you could say, with cooking, baking. Um, I almost went to Johnson and Wales, which is one of the colleges near me. Actually, probably one of the best for culinary in the United States. Um, but I didn't end up going because of money, which kind of curious if I did go how my life would have turned out, but no complaints. I'm happy.
Yeah, like I said early on, it was really surprising that you don't do the culinary or baking stuff as a job.
Yeah, so I ended up going to Johnson and Wales, not for culinary. I did their online program, so I have my bachelor's in digital marketing and social media,
Mhm.
and I don't work in a field related to that at all. I'm in banking. I've been in
Yeah.
banking for I think 12 years now. I started as a bank teller, and now I'm an assistant manager. Um, but I like it, and it's really rewarding to be able to help people. Oh my God. Sorry, my cats are playing. Customer service, even though I'm introverted, I feel like it's something I'm really good at. So, but I can use my degree for my personal social media, which definitely helps being able to know like the analytical side of things. It's definitely, especially with me starting Twitch, um, I've done 4 streams now. So I'm like very heavy into looking at the analytics and seeing how I can improve things. Very much of a perfectionist when it comes to that, which is kind of
Mhm.
it's fun for me.
Does seem very natural too. Like whenever you've streamed so far.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I've I had been wanting to stream for a long time. But I was kind of like caught up on wanting it to be perfect. So I kept pushing it off, and then Kevin was just like, "You just need to do it. Just start." He literally put my laptop on the counter and was like, "You're gonna stream tomorrow. You have to do it. Like, no more playing around with your settings and stuff like that." And I did it, and it was fun. And now I've done it every weekend since. So
This is obvious, but did you, um, with all the more, I don't know, like intricate or more involved recipes, have you just like taught yourself everything?
yeah, I mean, I've never really taken like cooking classes or anything like that. If I need to, I'll like follow a YouTube tutorial, but I'm pretty much self-taught in most of what I do. And I recently have really been like interested in the recipe development side of things.
You mean like making your own?
Yeah. So like I'll find a flavor that I really am interested in. Like a couple months ago, I fennel just popped up in my head, and I was like, you know what, the licorice taste, it's just like, what can I make with that? And I came up with the salad idea, and it's really fun for me to kind of like start with that one ingredient and then finish it all the way to the end with like plating. And I don't know, that's like really something I'm enjoying right now. So I've been into that, and I've been doing ice cream. I got a Ninja Creamy, so it's fun.
Mm. It would be really cool to. I've never seen anything like those French toast things that you made. That like whole combination is crazy.
Yeah, so that was for the favorite chef competition. We're not going to get into the logistics of the competition, but basically they had given us a prompt of, you have to use the King's Hawaiian rolls, and you have to do like a South Pacific type of recipe. And I've always wanted to use the furikake seasoning. It had been like in my mind for a while. So I don't know, I thought of French toast and then dipping it in that, and I kind of came out of that, and it was actually really good. Um I a lot of work. I probably wouldn't make them again, but they were
Oh
good.
yeah. Are you aware? Are you the only kind of person in your area that's doing what you're doing, like in terms of like another gay person?
As far as I know, but also I'm not very like connected to that community. So I mean, there could be someone else doing it. I don't know. Um, it would be kind of cool if there was. I'd love to like collab with them or something.
Yeah. Have you always been more like well, this might just be talking about online, but um like active more in the whole bear scene in terms of gay men.
It's kind of a touchy subject for me, the bear community. I've always kind of felt like an outsider. So
Um,
I wouldn't say I'm like in the community. I guess people would view me as being in that community, but like I don't go to the bear parties, the bear events. I did go to Bear Week, and it was not a good time for me. Which kind of reinforced how I feel about that. Um, we're really close to P-Town, um,
mhm,
which is like the hub for the gay community, kind of like a fire island. Um, so we would go there every summer and visit. And then I don't know if it was last year or the year before, we went to Bear Week, which is when I had the bad experience. So I know there's like a positive side to the bear community and the communities and the kind of archetypes that the gay, scene has created. But for me, I've just never really involved myself too much.
mhm. It is cool because it doesn't seem like you're the kind of person that, you know, gatekeeps those kind of things, like tribes and all that with guys.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if someone feels like that community is helping them come to understand themselves or brings them joy, then I'm not going to stop you. But for me personally, I just have not had a good experience.
Mhm. How'd you guys come into contact with Henny's server or like just Henny in general?
I met Henny through Kevin.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a mod for Henny. I don't know how Kevin met Henny. I don't think we've ever actually talked about it. But I know he had been like watching Henny and involved with his community for probably like a year before I um started watching his streams and talking to everyone joining the Discord, and it's really been amazing. Just the people that are a part of Henny's circle, they're really great people, and I'm glad that I've met them all. And now some of them are coming over to my stream,
Mhm.
so it makes me even happier because, we're all part of that community.
Yeah. I was I know like I've talked about this publicly in his server too, but I've just I was hesitant to be part of it for a while because I just assumed that, you know, people that weren't bears weren't allowed there. So it's cool that it's so accepting.
Yeah, and it surprised me too. Like one of the things I noticed at like the bear events is what I was seeing at least was it was just a bunch of muscle gays. Like you had to have a six pack, you had to have, abs or whatever. But I don't know. Henny's community at least is just very inviting and they don't care what you look like or who you are. As long as you're a nice person.
Right. Had you been in any like very many prior relationships uh to Kevin?
Um, Probably like 4 or 5
Okay.
like serious relationships. I did one long distance with the guy from England.
Oh wow.
That was hard. My first relationship, the guy from high school, kind of fucked me up. We dated for 2 years and then he actually left um for the military. He went away and I never heard from him again for probably like 10 years. Recently, I've reconnected with him on Instagram, and it's nice to see he's doing well. But yeah, nothing too serious. Kevin and I have been dating for I think what 2022, 4 years now.
Yeah.
So this is the longest relationship I've been in. Um, yeah, I'm really happy. Kevin's an amazing person.
Mhm. Did you like regarding those prior relationships too, or just as someone gets older and like going into their sexuality, did you go through a lot of self-discovery kind of stuff?
Um, I mean, yeah, with each person I've ever dated, I have definitely learned something about myself I didn't know before. It might sound weird, but in my notes app for each person that I have dated, I usually keep like a note of what they taught me or what I learned from that relationship, just to kind of remind myself like how I've grown or how I have learned to love. There's different kind of love for each person
Right.
that I've ever talked to, so I like to keep that written down, and I'm a big fan of the notes app. I use it for everything.
Mhm. Have you always been more attracted to guys that are like similar to you physically too?
I don't know if you can hear my cats, but they're fighting. Sorry.
Oh, like I can't.
Um, no, actually, I wouldn't say I'm really physically, well, it really it depends on a couple different things, right? Like obviously personality plays a big role in it, but I've
Mhm.
never really dated anyone who looks similar to me. I've mostly dated guys that are shorter than me, smaller than me. Um, that's just kind of how it's played out.
Mhm. Are you plan? Do you think that there's a way to like I don't know combine? gay topic stuff with like food content, or do you just mostly want it to be entirely food stuff?
No, I definitely think there is a space for that. And I think there kind of has to be, right?
Hmm.
Because I want my community to feel comfortable coming in and watching and having a safe space to talk. So if I don't talk about that, then I feel like that will kind of make it harder for that to happen. Um, but knowing me, I think that I would have to kind of think about how to involve that before I actually do it because I need everything planned out and but yeah, I definitely think that that will have to happen.
Has cooking or baking taught you anything significant about yourself yet?
I'm very impatient.
Same.
Um, I don't like waiting for things to cool down or proof. I don't like waiting in general. Um, it's also taught me that I'm very anal and I need everything planned to a T. Uh, what else has it taught me? I don't like when things go wrong. Makes me anxious. I like things to be perfect, and I think one of the things that I'm learning is that I can't control everything.
Right.
Um, and with cooking, so many things can go wrong. So I'm definitely still learning every time I cook something.
That's why it was wild, like when you said before that the other cinnamon rolls that you made, like you didn't like how they turned out because they look perfect to other people.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like I'm so much of a perfectionist. They may not taste bad, but if they don't look perfect, then in my mind, I'm like, okay, they're not good. They may still taste great, but yeah, yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah.
What's the most proud that you've been in terms of what you've made so far?
Ooh, I think I was pretty proud of myself for the French toast bites because it was part of that competition, and I didn't have a long time to kind of come up with that idea and execute it. Um, I also just think like looking back at previous things I have made, like how far I've come as far as like flavor profiles and just how intricate things are now compared to like 10 years ago. I definitely have grown a lot and I'm still learning every day. So,
Is there a favorite of the different kinds of cakes you made?
mm, I love cinnamon. I
Same. Yeah.
made, this was a long time ago though. I made a cinnamon roll cake. It was so good. Um, trying to think of cakes I made recently. The lemon blueberry cake was really good too. And I actually came up with that recipe. I didn't use a recipe for that. So I'm proud of myself for that one too.
Mhm. I'm not the biggest fan of actual fruit in desserts, I guess, besides like apples, but usually besides that, no.
Yeah, with the lemon blueberry cake, I don't think if I were to make it again, I don't think I would use like fresh blueberries. I don't like they're kind of hard. So I'd probably make like a blueberry jam next time. Um, so yeah, I get what you're saying.
You have plans for other YouTube videos, like recipe videos?
Uh, I kind of gave up on YouTube, to be honest.
No.
I made like 4 videos, and each video had less views than the previous. And I just felt like I was like each video took me at least a week to make to film. Well, first find a recipe, get all of the, stuff together, the recipe, the script for it, the thumbnails, anything that I made all the animations in the videos. So it takes me like a week for each one, and I just feel like the effort I was putting in, I wasn't really getting anything back. Whereas
Mhm.
on Twitch, it's kind of like instant gratification because you have the chat right in front of you. You're, talking with people. It's a lot different than I feel like YouTube. Um, I will say though, I might have Kevin edit my streams and post those as YouTube videos. Um, but I don't know. I don't have any plans to post like actual YouTube videos as of right now.
Okay. Yeah, it is hard. 'Cause I feel like, I mean, this is the just a little after 5 years for me, and it just seems like in the last year is when things have really blown up enough. And I mean, TikTok is annoying because you can't monetize anything. You can get so many views, but you can't monetize it unless you have certain like contingencies.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like your YouTube's popping off though. Like you're doing something right.
Well, it's just I don't know. People are always into video game and anime stuff. I don't think that's ever gonna go away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Um,
another important thing is finding your niche, right? Like, and being good at it helps.
yeah, I think. I mean, I'm very introverted too, but it is nice to you know know how to talk to people, and like I think doing what I've been doing too um, makes me less nervous to just go up and say hi to somebody in real life, which I don't do that very often, but um, yeah, it's weird. I don't think I'll ever. I think it'll always be surreal to me in some aspect, especially if it keeps going. But I think I'm okay at it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the more, like you just said, the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Mhm. What other major hobbies do you have?
I love video games as well. I've always loved video games. I used to stream on Twitch playing video games. Um, what else do I like to do? I like to write. I don't do that often anymore. Um, I like to sing. I don't really do that anymore either because now I live in an apartment where people can hear me. I like animals. I like cats. Um, Cooking, baking. It's pretty much it. I don't really have like time. I work, you know, pretty much 9 to 5 during the week, and now on the weekends I'm streaming on Sunday. So all my time's pretty much taken. Oh, and I go to the gym.
Mhm.
I guess that's one of my new hobbies.
I wouldn't have guessed the singing.
Yeah, that there's a lot of lore that not many people know about me. So I think it was like no, not middle school, probably high school. I joined choir and people started telling me like, "Oh my God, AJ, you can sing." And I never believed them, but it was it senior? I think senior year of high school, I got an email from it's called Reverb Nation. It's like a
Yep.
website where you post your songs on. Basically, they invited me to audition for America's Got Talent. I got a pass to skip to the front of the line. So I went to New York with my mom and did that, and it didn't end up going anywhere, but yeah, I love singing. I write music. I have a song out on Spotify that not many people know about. Um, don't really do it anymore. All of my covers on YouTube are private. So, but yeah.
You must be really good then if you got an opportunity like that.
Yeah, so I had like a bunch of my covers posted on Reverb Nation. This was like 2013, long time ago. I don't know how they found me, but yeah, it was a really great opportunity to go to New York with my mom, um, explore the city, and then to do that, yeah, it was something I'll never forget that. It was really fun.
Is the one Spotify song all you have posted now?
Yeah. There might be some if you dig hard enough, you can probably find something, but yeah. My song is on Spotify. It's called Down.
Is it under like AJ Pauline or Anthony Pauline?
AJ Pauline.
Okay.
It's a picture of me with my beard with flowers in it. Um, yeah, that's all I have out.
What kind of was it just kind of like more general like modern pop stuff, like
No,
cover
so
wise?
well, I did a lot of pop covers, but my song, I actually wrote it about my boyfriend who left for the military and how he kind of just left and broke my heart. So I had my friend Christine at the time who wrote the guitar part of the song. She helped me write the music for it. And then I was lucky to find someone who had a studio and we recorded and I put it on Spotify. It was kind of like completely just random how it happened. Uh, but it was a really cool experience getting to see it like come together and it gets 13 listens a month on Spotify. I don't know who's listening or how they know about it, but
Is that just like any desire to sing publicly or try to keep on with music? Is that just not really existent anymore?
I have such bad stage fright. Um, I used to like in high school do the open mics and like I was in choir, so I did concerts, but now I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, even if people ask me to like do karaoke, I don't. I won't. I can't.
Hmm.
I mean, I could, but no.
What is there any other because you mentioned like there's enough lore that people don't know about you. Is there other like significant things?
Mm, not really. That's kind of like the
That's the
most
nice. Okay.
hidden is that I auditioned for America's Got Talent. I'm trying to think if there's anything else people wouldn't know. No, I mean I've pretty much post everything on Instagram, so if you go back far enough, you learn my whole life pretty much. But
Writing wise, was it mainly lyrics or what else would you?
yeah, poetry and I loved writing songs. I guess some lore maybe people don't know is when I would probably I would probably say like just out of high school, I went to a college, Fitchburg State, and then I dropped out and kind of got into like a bad, I wouldn't say, well, yeah, I was doing drugs, bad drugs, and that's kind of when I started writing music, and I feel like that kind of and poems, I feel like it kind of helped me process through things and yeah, I haven't done drugs in a long time, but that's something people don't know.
Are you totally sober then, or
Um, I mean, I smoke weed. Actually, I don't smoke weed. I do like the little pens you can get, but
yeah?
that's as far as I'll go. I don't really drink or do hard drugs or anything like that. I know like there's that whole party scene in the gay community. Um, but like we said, I'm an introvert. I don't go out, so I don't really see any of that or do any of that.
It is interesting, I think, because I'm entirely sober from like everything, and I think that when you're in your early 20s, or at least for me, people shame you more if you're sober and like always want to be sober, especially in like party settings. But the closer you get to your 30s, like people just don't really care.
Yeah, that really confuses me because I'm like if you can have fun without doing any of that.
Mm,
And I don't really want to be anywhere where you have to do that to have fun. So,
exactly.
yeah. And congrats for being sober because there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, you're doing what's best for you.
See, um, so video game wise, what are the kind of things that you've always been into?
Oh God, Minecraft. I started Minecraft pretty much right when it came out. that's how I met my friend Christine, who helped me write my song. We had an SMP together. We It was actually pretty legit. Like we had auditions for it. We had like 200 people sign up for it. This was like maybe 15 years ago. When did Minecraft come out? I don't even know. But yeah, that's kind of what got me into video games is that and uh big fan of Halo. I remember getting Halo Combat Evolved, which is the first game for Easter one year for my PC, and Mass Effect is another big one. I love Mass Effect.
Have you, I know like when Henny and I talked about it, like he's not really into anime at all, but just like some things, but has it never been your thing?
There are some that I feel like I would like, and there are some that I don't think would really captivate me. Kevin and I have watched some. Um, Yuri on Ice is one we watched together.
Yeah.
That was a good one. But I've never really been into it, no. I mean, I'm open to watching it, but it's just not
Mm.
something I ever really delved into.
Yeah. You said the other day that like you're big into horror, but Kevin's not at all.
Yes, I love horror movies. I um so cooking is one of my passions and then filmmaking is the other.
Mm.
Not I wouldn't say filmmaking, but like producing videos. That's what I went to college for a year and then I dropped out. So if I did make a video, it was horror related, it was scary. Kevin is a baby and doesn't like any of that. He jumps at like comedy movies. So yeah.
What do you mean by when you say make a video? Like
Yeah,
stuff that you would star in, or
there were some. Yeah.
okay,
I wouldn't say it was good. Uh but I used to like write scripts and then my friend and I would make them. We did like the media classes in high school. I ran the broadcasting like the morning news. I was the director of that. Uh and Kevin is also really big into like the video production. I mean, he does that for work. Uh so that's kind of one of our common interests.
yeah, that's so like all this is so interesting that you didn't end up pursuing some kind of entertainment industry thing.
Yeah, I kind of just fell into banking. Like I dropped out of film school. I went back home, had to figure out a way to pay my 1 year school loan. So I just ended up getting a bank teller job and then kind of just stayed in it. But like on the side, I do um we had like a production company, me, Kevin, and his brother, and another one of our friends who were all into video production. And we did like some small commercial shoots and a couple private client videos, some gym videos. I think for me, I like the logistics. I like planning everything out. And yeah, I'm also surprised that like I didn't end up in that kind of career. I mean, I do the social media side of things now. I have like, um, I know I make ads for companies and we actually got all of our furniture for doing a video. So, you
Oh,
know, I can do it on the side and still have fun with it.
yeah, because you've hinted at stuff in Discord about like things that you can't talk about.
Yeah. There are some stuff that some things I can't just because like I've signed NDAs, but I do work with a large company. I make videos for them. Um, I don't know how much I can say. Probably like board game related content. Um,
Oh,
so Kevin and I do that together, which provides us with like side income. And I also do like I just did a video for Ocean State Job Lot. I don't know if you have those where you are.
no.
Um, it's basically like a discount store.
Oh,
But yeah, videos like that, I'll get like emails saying, "Hey, you want to make a video for us?" And depending on the brand, I'll do it. But
But when you were in film school, was it more of a directing aspiration?
See, I always said that I wanted to be a director. I don't know if I have what it takes to be a director. I do like the logistics planning side of things, like figuring out where we're going to shoot, how much it's going to cost. Um, I like designing, I like graphic design. I like putting together like the presentation for the client. You know, this is the package we're gonna, how much it's gonna cost. But I did go for film production and videography. So in my 1 year that I was there, we did like actual film. We filmed on Super 8s. We cut the film, we edited that together. That was really fun. And then we did the digital side of things as well. Yeah, I don't know if I could be a director. It's a lot of work.
Would you rather do that than like on camera acting?
Oh hell yeah. I cannot act. Um I think when I'm like in front of a camera, like streaming, I'm just being myself. So it's a lot easier
Right.
than like having to memorize a script and put emotion into it. I have acted, but not good.
It's not that surprising to me to hear about the radio hosting thing though, since I know I said it like in your first stream that like your voice is very like naturally kind of soothing.
Thank you. Yeah, we
Yeah.
when I was in I went to Fitchburg State. So in Massachusetts, that's one of the best public film schools. I actually did do radio when I was there with my friend Kelly. We did like our own radio show. So that was really fun. Um, and then just a side note, Kevin went to Emerson College. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he went to a really well-known film school in Massachusetts. So it's kind of interesting that our paths crossed.
Hmm. That is nice though that like even for just a side thing that you guys can have, you know, serious work with in that kind of realm.
Yeah, and I think it also helps because we are, we've lived in an apartment for 4 years. We're trying to save for a house, so we basically have just been using that side work to save so that we can have our own space. Hopefully, I can get a bigger kitchen at some point, and that will, you know, make for better streams. But yeah, we're pretty lucky that we get to do that and make money off of it.
Mhm. I didn't I just thought that you also already had like a whole prior like streaming history when you brought out your those fun emojis of you like taking your glasses off and
Yeah, that was actually from our production studio. It's called Vox Hoy. Um, well, Kevin had that name already, but we kind of made a production studio and then kind of split off into a gaming channel. So those GIFs are from that. We actually did really well on Twitch. This was probably like 3 years ago, but we made like $500 in like a month just
oh
streaming gaming. I don't know if you know Pico Park, the game.
yeah.
It basically tore us apart, but people ate it up and it was so much fun. I would love to, figure out a way to do cooking and gaming, but for right now, I'm just gonna focus on cooking.
Yeah, because there's not enough. I mean, you don't see anybody else doing that very often on Twitch anyway, too.
Yeah.
So I guess we probably have already covered it, but what do you think your primary goal is with content creation, or like what you would hope to end up doing?
I would love to work with some more larger brands. Um, just get connected to more people, obviously. Grow my audience. maybe get partnered on Twitch. Who knows? That probably won't happen, but I'm kind of just going with the flow. I mean, every stream I've done, the numbers have gone up, which is crazy to me. That people are into it. But yeah, I'll see what happens. I mean, I'm always gonna have my Instagram too as like a side that I can rely on, like as far as making money. But we'll see what happens with Twitch. I'm excited for the future of that.
Since I asked this to everybody I interview to, for my final question, have you thought about what you would want your legacy to be?
Oh God. I mean, I have thought about it. It's kind of it's I feel like my answer is always changing as well. I just want to be remembered for something good. I feel like everyone, wants their name to be remembered as well. I don't want to just die and then, be forgotten about. So I feel like for me, just being a good person, is a big part of that. Being kind. I mean, my song will be on Spotify forever, so who knows what in 100 years if someone will be listening to that.
Yeah, well, thanks. I'm glad that we got to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate it. I did not expect you to invite me. Um, but what I want to know what you want your legacy to be.
Yeah, sometimes people ask me that. I mean, similar to you, I just at this point, I just want to be known for kindness and like also being someone that known as someone that other people were comfortable being vulnerable with. Um,
Yeah, I think you're, I mean, just talking to you, I was kind of nervous going in, but I feel very comfortable. So, and definitely keep doing what you're doing. Um, it's exciting.
yeah, well, thanks. I'm glad that that comes across because I mean, even I don't deal with this as much today, but I go through phases where it's like, it doesn't feel like anybody cares about what I'm doing with, but I feel like everybody goes through that. So
I think at the end of the day, if you're getting enjoyment out of it or some sort of fulfillment, that's all that matters.
you're
I
right.
think, yeah, I feel like that sometimes too. Like, is it even worth all this effort? But I really, you know, have fun doing it. So I think you just have to keep that at the top of your head.
Hmm. I'll definitely be checking out your the song that you talked about now.
God. Oh God. I slipped it in one of Henny's music streams, and I don't think many people noticed, but
Oh
um
yeah, because I feel like people would have been talking about
yeah. I mean,
talking about it.
if you listen, let me know. It's really not that good, but yeah.
I'll get this up like tonight too. So
Oh hell yeah. Is it okay if I download it and like post some clips of it?
yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, thanks.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye.
Bye.